Once again, everybody, it's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dima, music. A few months ago, there was a particular village board meeting in the village of Dolton. Somebody came up to speak, a little short, dusty guy by the name of Michael A. Smith. Now stop the show. Michael A. Smith has done some horrible things in his lifetime. He's also known as a liar, a manipulator, somebody you just can't trust in the South suburban area. But he gives a warning to those who want to get Tiffany Henyard out of office. He's going to talk about someone else that's even worse than her.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. I wanted to come out tonight as a neighboring resident in the village of Riverdale. And I like to see people involved in the media. But here it is. I have an indicted mayor that's serving in our community. And we don't have this much media coverage going on. But we over here having media coverage here, and we don't put out the good things that is happening. But you guys got to connect the dots. DOTTS. Dots. All of this stuff is coming about because you got individuals fighting for seats. But I'm going to tell you, don't repeat history. And when I say don't repeat history, you better look in the city of Harvey. The city of Harvey had a mayor that the people wanted out so bad. And now you look and see what they got.
Oh, that's right. He mentions Harvey, Illinois. Now stop the show. Nobody would think that somebody is worse than Tiffany Henyard, right? Fast forward. Apparently, she has some competition. Harvey, Illinois is also in South suburban Illinois. And part of it is in Dolton Township. Another part of it is in Bremen Township. So it's safe to say that Harvey is very close to Dolton. And they have a mayor by the name of Christopher J. Clark. Now, Mr. Christopher J. Clark is no chump. The guy went to law school. He's a lawyer. You know, going to law school doesn't teach you how to get along with people. It also doesn't mean that you won't be corrupt. And citizens there are tired of it.
Tonight, another South suburban town faces controversy.
Just like we've seen in Dolton, it involves the community protesting against their mayor.
Our Nate Rogers picks up the story from here in Harvey.
There are many issues here in Harvey that residents have brought to our attention. Residents marched from a nearby church right here to the municipal center before tonight's meeting. Several police officers were on hand, some residents calling that an intimidation tactic.
We're just seeking the transparency, participatory governance. We have several questions about the bills list, and if we know what's going on in adjacent communities, we certainly don't want to model those types of things.
Stop holding the license! Leave the churches alone!
Tension in suburban Harvey continues to grow. Residents taking their fight to the street in a peaceful protest.
Where are the licenses?
Finally, outside Harvey's municipal center, residents holding signs. One of them saying, quote, Mayor Clark is worse than Tiffany Henyard. Another one, quote, stop harassing vendors. Business owners saying their licenses are being held up. Residents complaining of a 3% water hike. Pastors outraged after Harvey churches are now required to obtain a business license or their doors threaten to be closed. At least 2 city council members and a packed room of concerned residents are calling for transparency on how village dollars are being spent. The mayor's critics are also asking that his administration be investigated along with his business dealings.
It's unacceptable. You have been elected to serve. You should serve with integrity, not pushing the agenda of the mayor, not pushing the agenda of what he has asked you to do in his office, but I'm expecting people to do what they have been elected to do. And when you get aside from that, then you need to be removed.
But why are you intimidating somebody with a business? How can this happen when we got more policemen here than I've ever seen in a year? Who's paying for all of this? Who's paying for all of this stuff we got going?
When it comes to the money, we just ask for transparency. You're an attorney, you know better.
Now, Now, city council members tell us more than 70 businesses and over 100 churches are impacted by Mayor Chris Clark's latest mandate. We asked to speak to Mayor Clark. I even gave my business card to his chief of staff. We were told no, that he is not available. And as always, here in Harvey, Nate Rogers, Fox 32 Chicago.
Now, let me just talk about this if I can. This is very similar to Tiffany Henyard in her way of processing things. If you notice, businesses are saying they're not getting licenses. He's trying to give licenses or business licenses to churches, which typically never happens. He's not listening to people. He's also spending the town's money on things. But what do him and Tiffany Henyard have in common? Well, both of them are black. Both of them are Democrat. Both of them are rather young. And both of them don't care. Care about who? Well, neither one of them care about the black community. And see, this is what happens when we vote based on race. Now, let me just say one thing. South suburban Illinois is largely African American. I get it. So the black candidate is going to likely win. Also, South suburban Illinois is largely Democrat, and a Democrat is going to win. But you see, the people who are running for office know one thing. We don't have to do nothing for black people at all. Now, the difference between him and Tiffany Henyard is there's no viral clips of him disrespecting women or disrespecting people, because if it was, it would be out there. He just tends to do his dirt in a more nonchalant fashion. Because like I said, a black man in his position is not going to be out disrespecting women like Tiffany Henyard does. But then we're going to talk about this from its vantage point, and this is very important. What we need to understand and what we need to know is that the people who come from our community don't have any real ties to it. I mean, if you go and look at these people on Facebook, they talk about how much they love God, how much they love the Lord. I mean, that's easy to say that you love God. I mean, let's look at the guy's Twitter, okay? Church music, free man that loves God, family, life, and community. I'm a lawyer practicing the law of helping others. Well, damn, bro, that's some kind of law. Honestly, it appears nobody else feels like that. And what about Tiffany Henyard? All she does is have Bible scriptures and motivational quotes on her thing. Because why? It's really easy to say that I love the Lord and I love community, and you'll always get a few idiots that will say, that's my mayor, or that's my pastor, or that's my drug dealer disguised as the pastor and the mayor. But it's much harder to do the work. You know, we lost that sense of community a long time ago. And now a lot of people that we have, it's just really about us, how we feel, not about how others feel. It's just, I want to be mayor. I want to be looked at as the leader, but I have no real intentions on being a leader. And guys, if you didn't know, by the way, being a leader is difficult. It's a thankless task. It is hard. It is difficult, but it's something that people sign up for. When you're a politician, you're a trustee, you're a mayor, what you're basically saying is, I'm doing this because this is the community that I love and I want to serve, not take your tax dollars and serve myself. Because if that was the case, you are a lawyer. Stop the show, but probably not a very good one. You notice that guys who are not really that good, they want to be in politics because, well, they really want to make a lot of money. Look at Tiffany Henyard. Terrible in the private sector, terrible at business, terrible at everything she's done. Even had a bad weave before. Her weaves are better now after stealing all the money from Thornton Township and Dolton to hire makeup artists. Because if they were really good at what they were doing, they would have no reason to want to be the mayor. What being the mayor helps them in other aspects. And again, being rude to people, being disrespectful in some aspect, hating the people that helped you get to where you need to be, instead of being loyal to those people. And I want to just stop the show right now and tell all the people that have been following me for many years and what you've done in supporting my career, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate the fact that you took the time to subscribe, you took the time to listen to my opinions, even if you didn't like them, that you got mad some days and you still came back. But if it wasn't for you and the community that I come from, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Black people gave me the opportunity to be able to serve them and to be able to support myself. I'm always indebted to you for how you have changed my life. If it were not you, there would be no me. But many of us forget that. Like, we act like we deserve to get what we got when the people gave it to us. We need to be grateful. A lot of us who got successful in some small fashion or large fashion from the black community, we start acting like we're better than the people that helped us get there, which is simply not true. If it were not for the African American community, a lot of us who do the social media stuff or some people in politics, we wouldn't have what we have. Not believing or thinking that the community can take their support from us and just give it to somebody else. Then where would that leave us? If we started thinking like that, we would act differently. We wouldn't act like assholes to our own people. We would act like we had some sense, and then we would actually appreciate the people that helped change our lives. But that's not what happened. And let me tell you this, I don't care if you have a friend, family, or a community. If people are nice to you and they help you get to where you're at and you treat them like trash, you deserve to lose everything you have. And you most likely will at certain points because you just don't deserve it. Appreciate the people that put you on. I'm talking to you, Mr. Christopher J. Clark and Tiffany Henyard. You are where you are because of the community. Act like it. Act like it. Act like it. Act like it. Well, guys, it's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I already mentioned you for all of you. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.